That's what the TSA's acting administrator, Ha McNeil, plans to tell lawmakers at a House hearing this morning as TSA agents keep working without pay. Some are sleeping in their cars at airports to save gas money, she says. Some also aren't showing up, so there may be hours-long security lines at airports again today.
We demand that the Congress and this administration sit down like adults and resolve this matter.
That's Government Employees Union VP Mac Johnson, but the standoff continues with Homeland Security mostly unfunded a 40th day, with Democratic Senate Leader Chuck Schumer rejecting the latest Republican offer, still demanding changes to immigration enforcement.
We have to rein in ICE and stop the violence. We need reform.
The reform Democrats really want are ICE officers taking their masks off during immigration raids, and they also want ICE to always have judicial warrants during immigration raids. Republicans have countered by saying they would be most comfortable with ICE officers wearing body cams and having their IDs more visible. There was a lot of back and forth like this, but now Republicans say that Democrats keep moving the goalposts.
Fox's Peter Doocy at the White House. President Trump insists Iran wants to make a deal, and there's a reported 15-point U.S. peace plan, though an Iranian general dismisses negotiations as Iran keeps launching missiles into Israel, and more U.S. troops are going to the region.
The commander of the 82nd Airborne Division, Major General Brandon Tegmeyer, has been ordered here to the Middle East. Our understanding is to assess whether the entire elite 82nd Airborne Division will be sent here for possible operations. It could mean thousands of additional U.S. troops here in the Middle East, in addition to Marines already on their way.
That's Fox's Matt Finn in Dubai. Oil prices falling 5% as Iran offers to let more ships through the Strait of Hormuz. At the gas pump, another penny rise. AAA's price for regular is $1 more than it was before the conflict started. America's listening to Fox News.
I didn't switch to Pure Talk just because I wanted to save 50% off the same 5G service I'd been paying twice as much for. I switched because I like the idea of being in business with a wireless company that supports our veterans in a meaningful way. Pure Talk also creates American jobs every day by keeping their entire operation in this country. I appreciate that. If you feel the same, dial pound 250, say micro, and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Democrats are calling it an earth-shattering win. An election victory in Florida for a state House seats in a race close to home for the president.
Democrat Emily Gregory wins a special election in Florida House District 87. That's where President Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort is. He endorsed and voted for Republican John Maples. Gregory wins with about 51% of the vote to Maples' 49 in a district the president won by 10 points in 2024. Gregory's never held elected office. She's married to an Army officer with 3 kids and owns a small fitness center for women who are pregnant or who've recently given birth. Maples is a financial planner and former Lake Clark Shores, Florida council member. The election was to fill the seat of a state rep who resigned in August. Chris Foster, Fox News.
A loss in court for Meta in one of the 2 social media lawsuits against the social media giant.
A jury in New Mexico finding Meta violated the state's Unfair Practices Act, a consumer protection law, by failing to disclose the risks its platforms pose to children. New Mexico officials sued Meta, alleging the tech company prioritizes profits over safety, hiding what it knows about its impacts on young users' mental health, and alleging its platforms Facebook and Instagram became a breeding ground for child predators. The tech company ordered to pay $375 million in damages. Meta denied the claims, and a rep says it plans to appeal. The verdict comes as a jury in Los Angeles is deliberating in a separate trial that accuses Meta and Google's YouTube of knowingly creating addictive platforms that negatively impact adolescent mental health, which both companies deny. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
It's getting more expensive for home buyers. Mortgage rates have risen again, now 6.43% on average for a 30-year fixed-rate loan. That's up more than a quarter point in less than a month. The highest rate since October, according to the Mortgage Bankers Association, which also says demand's down. Applications fell 10% last week. On Wall Street, stocks may surge as oil prices fall. Dow futures up more than 400 points. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Crews working to complete 4 soil borings this week for the Illinois Department of Transportation. In Champaign, BFW Engineering and Consulting have one lane of Kirby Avenue closed to traffic between Cobblefield Drive and Maynard Drive. Work is planned from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. through Friday this week. Champaign County Sheriff's Office warning families about a new scam targeting people with loved ones in custody. They say callers impersonating Illinois Office of Statewide Pretrial Services, claiming that payment is required for GPS monitoring or supervision before someone can be released. It's a scam. Snyder Hall's basement flooded Sunday, causing severe damage to various building systems. Residents must relocate for the rest of the semester. Flood affected electricity, water heaters, elevators, card access, and data infrastructure. Now, the university wrote that it states all residents' rooms and belongings were unaffected. The residence houses 450 students. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim.
Hey, good morning. March 25, Wednesday morning, middle of the week, day before Illinois plays in the Sweet 16 tomorrow night. Down in Houston, Texas, I'm looking at airports now that are lined up. Hartsfield, Jackson, that's where Atlanta is. And then, of course, people flying into George Bush. You can go to Hobby. It's on the other side of town. But anyway, down in Texas and Houston, it's like yikes. So, yeah, you would not want to be in that line. If you are, you bring your patience. And you said you did it. You guys got there early when you flew out of O'Hare, and you had no problems. So that's good.
Yeah, that was O'Hare, no problem. Just we were aiming for 3 hours before boarding, and we probably got closer to about 2:15, 2:30, something like that. But limited agents, but we got through it. And just as we were getting ready to go through it, they did bring a couple of more people in to check IDs and all that kind of stuff. Didn't see any ICE people running around, but like I said, planned accordingly.
All right, well done. When Willard brings back the TSA registration, we'll let you know because you need to get
it's coming up.
Pre-checked.
I feel like,
we need to know when that is because we will brief you. If you're not pre-checked, you need to be pre-checked. That'll help. If you're in the regular schmo line, you don't want to be in that line anymore. I mean, we've graduated to the better, quicker.
Yeah.
We already don't have to take shoes off anymore because one guy tried to light his shoe, made us take shoes off for about a decade and a half.
That's right.
Dang.
Ugh.
Hey, 708, I'm Stevie J. There's Diane
Good
Ducey.
morning.
This is our meteorologist, Greg Solier, brought to you by Watts Copy Systems. They offer cost-efficient solutions for busy offices. Get a free evaluation. You might save a lot and make a great deal with Watts Copy System. 217-352-0428. All right, some of this warm weather. I'm broadcasting live from St. Louis Busch Stadium tomorrow. And I think St. Louis is going to be pretty warm down there tomorrow for opening day.
I would say hot, humid, humidity, 2 points coming. I would think maybe 90-ish.
Opening day in March? Wow. Crazy.
Matter of fact, the 90, if they get reach 90 at Denver, that will be the first time ever they've seen their earliest 90-degree day in the month of March, ever. So,
wow. Well,
anyway.
Good to have this man on our radio because he knows weather. All right, what are we looking at for Champaign-Urbana around here?
Yeah, the proverbial roller coaster ride of temperatures, ups and downs, and this winding down of La Nina. That's good because I think we're going to continue to just move into a more typical, more seasonal spring setup around here. That should bode well for additional moisture gains, maybe not necessarily early planting and fieldwork access on a prolonged basis around here, but you want to get it done as early as you can with trying to get stuff where it needs to be. But it also opens up the can of worms for severe weather potential. We'll probably see that in spots here tomorrow afternoon and evening time. We're kind of in that slight risk category, level 2 out of 5 for some stronger storms tomorrow afternoon and evening time. But other than that, boy, these wide swings of temperatures, we are off and running this morning with readings in the 30s, 34 at Willard and Savoy, 37 at Rantoul, 46 at St. Louis to 33 at the Kankakee, and we will certainly put about 35 degrees on top of these temperatures today. It's 72 with winds come around into the south and southwest, and already some mid-level cloud over parts of the air with a partly sunny sky. Those are the kind of vanguard forerunners of some developing spotty to scattered showers and thunderstorms first part of the night. Better odds after midnight. We'll low down to 58 tomorrow. Windy, much warmer, summer-like highs, record smashing highs tomorrow of 86 degrees. Wouldn't be surprised if someone around around here, even locally, southwest of Champaign County has a 90 and probably low 90-ish down there at St. Louis. The record high tomorrow here in Champaign is 81, set back in 1907. But mid to late morning, maybe a shower, thunderstorm in spots, and then we'll get a band to settle in from the north and west tomorrow, mid to late afternoon, early tomorrow night. Severe weather potential, low down to 36. Yeah, that's going to be a strong cold front that comes through overnight tomorrow night, leaving us partly sunny, windy, much cooler to colder, below average temperatures at 47. But here comes another recovery after mid-20s Saturday morning, 52 in the afternoon, 62 on Sunday, 73 on Monday, back into the low to mid-80s, and back to chasing scattered showers and thunderstorms Tuesday and Wednesday of next week as well. For Stevie T Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Yeah, thank you, Greg. Appreciate it very much. I'll be leaving Champaign-Urbana about 3 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Down to Busch Stadium, go in the guard gate. They check security. It's pretty tight. Go in the back door of the Cardinals Busch Stadium. And it's always an honor to be there for opening day. And I think I'm in the Jackbox studio. That's where you were last week.
Yeah, it's so fun. And Adam is the one that has the coffee and juice and scrambled eggs and sausages for people.
Yeah.
Bagels or whatever.
I can't eat.
I know you don't, but I do. And, they come in with the promotional items, and there's people who work on the calendars and the magazines and
the food.
Yes.
Yeah, all the stuff at the stadium that might be new. Anyway, we'll talk Cardinals tomorrow morning. As opening night is tonight. It's the Yankees hosting the San Francisco Giants.
Okay.
And it's on Netflix.
Wow.
Listen, you need a program guide to find any TV sporting event anymore. Peacock, Fox Sports 1, ESPN 1, ESPN 2. It's like I have to go to AI. Where is the game today?
Wow.
It has gotten a little complicated. So the first one tonight, if you're not a subscriber to Netflix, forget about it. As I say in Dick Van Dyke Appliance World commercial.
There you go.
All right, so it's 7-12. It's ESPN 93.5. The point spread against the Illini has gone up. Houston is favored now by 3.5.
Okay.
Means America's betting on the Cougars. This is exactly where I wanted to be. We're not some big old favorite. We are the underdog.
Right.
And if we beat them, it'll be an upset.
That's right.
They can have that pressure. And Michael LaTulip talked to Jeremy Warner on the podcast on Illini Inquirer.
Okay, that's always insightful.
Yep, I'm going to play a clip of that a little later.
Sounds good.
And Michael LaTulip says, Jeremy says Illinois wins if. Michael says if we're the tougher team. And against the Houston, that's saying a lot.
Right.
Because they get after you, they trap you, they try to take your basketball. And if we can, and any team that has beaten Houston has shot 38% from three. So you got to make shots. And you're going to have to protect the ball, and you're going to have to rebound. Those are usually keys to anything, but against this team particularly, and Houston likes shooting the two more than the three.
Right.
So guard hard. They have a freshman guard that is, how many freshmen in this country are good this year?
Wow.
They have a freshman guard that's a lottery pick.
Okay.
And he's really good, and guess who's guarding him? I'm sure it's Kylan Boswell.
Okay.
So we will see how that goes, but we're all kind of cautiously hopeful.
Right.
It's not like, we'll never beat them. I don't think that's the case. Well, around here, I think the country thinks Houston will beat us.
The first two games of the NCAA tournament were fine as far as keeping the heat on. I heard Kyle Tosk, who used to be with us here at ESPN 93.5, say we got to keep our foot on the throat, kind of thing.
You do, and
make
they
sure
did.
you're finishing them off. And I feel like that's a factor for Houston too.
There's no matter what, and you're gonna, if you get a lead or you want to do that, but all these teams left, and every team in the NCAA, they're winners. They've cut down nets. They had to do something spectacular to even get in.
I know it.
So they come back. You got to prepare for that. No matter what, they're coming back. You're not going to keep a 30-point lead on anything in this league. They'll hit 5 threes in a row. They that's what they do. The question is, how do you react? And I think the miserable UCLA experience with losing a 20-point lead, even though that was early in the game, helped us from the standpoint of, okay, we've been here, we've done that, we ain't letting it happen again kind of thing. I don't know if Illinois can get a lead on Houston like that. I don't know. I know that we're going to see real soon, and be pretty exciting if we get to play on Saturday. Yeah. be pretty exciting on Friday to talk about it.
Yes.
We'll deal with it, and we'll be tired because,
That's right.
yeah, I'll have gotten up at 3 a.m. and stayed up till midnight or 1. So, yeah.
You can get a nap in there late
Yeah.
afternoon.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of Illini fans that have scheduled that, actually.
You scheduled your nap. How does that work?
You get home a little early, maybe like a 4 to 5 kind of nap. That can really be rejuvenating. You get your supper in.
All right. Well, for the first time this year, ladies and gentlemen.
The Redbird Recap is sponsored by Helitech Waterproofing and Foundation Repair. Heal your home with Helitech.
The Major League Baseball season is beginning tonight with a single game as the Yankees and Giants are going to play against each other in San Francisco. But for the St. Louis Cardinals, they are going to open up their season coming up tomorrow afternoon when they match up against the Tampa Bay Rays. Today at Busch Stadium, the Cardinals and the Rays are each going to be going through a workout in front of the home opener for the Cardinals coming up on Thursday. St. Louis is set to send Matthew Liberatore to the mound. He's going to be making the first opening day start of his career after he moved into a full-time starter's role last year. Last year during the regular season, he was 8-12 with a 4.21 ERA. Drew Rasmussen will start for the Rays. Last year, 10-5 with a 2.76 ERA. You'll be able to hear all the coverage of the Cardinals and Rays tomorrow with first pitch scheduled for 3:15. For the St. Louis Cardinals Radio Network, I'm Matt Pauley.
Is your home showing symptoms of foundation issues? Your home's wet basement, dingy crawl space, musty smells, cracked walls, or unlevel concrete shouldn't be ignored. Helitech can help. Life happens in your home. You and your family deserve the best. Helitech offers proven solutions in waterproofing, drainage, concrete leveling, and foundation repair services. Contact us for a free inspection at helitechonline.com.
When the water's high, we'll keep your basement dry. Heal your home with Helitech.
Speaking of the New York Yankees with the San Francisco Giants tonight for the opening of the MLB season. Yankees in the preseason wrapping it up, beat the Cubs 8-3 yesterday. Of course, none of that makes a difference because tomorrow the Cubs will be in action against the Washington Nationals with a 1:21 pitch heard over on US 105.9. PCA agreeing to a 6-year, $115 million contract extension.
What a good thing for
Pete Crow Armstrong.
Pete Crow Armstrong. Jacob played with him when he was in Des Moines, so he played against Pete Crow Armstrong. Good for him.
This headline,
Get the money.
The Cubs found the right player at the right time.
Because listen, there is a dark cloud coming on baseball, and I would think that there's probably a 90% chance of a strike next year, which is a bummer.
I see.
So anyway, let's get this year and see what happens. But Pete Crow is cashed in, and 6-year, 115. That sounds like a lot, but in this day of baseball, lock him up. He's only 24.
Right.
So you got him till he's 30, because when he's 27, he could get $35 million a year.
Right.
So they went ahead and he said, well, 150. Well, as a great man once told me, the late great Clint Atkins, what happens today is not going to affect me.
Right.
And 115 isn't going to affect Pete Crow, or it's 180. Right? If you have $115 million, 180, it's not going to change your day to day.
That's right.
It just, at some point, it's just not going to change your day to day.
Speaking of baseball, Parkland wins over Lakeland. We had Missouri over Illinois baseball. They'll gear up for Penn State coming up on Friday, and Northern Iowa beat Illinois softball.
Weather brought to you by Busey. For over 158 years, Busey, member FDIC. And by Kurt Lenschow, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, Kurt and State Farm are there. It's 7:18.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather. Free Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Nice days worth of early spring weather. Partly sunny skies. Winds will shift around into the southwest. Afternoon temperatures take off nicely later this morning and this afternoon up to 72. Then this evening, though, could be a stray shower thunderstorm before midnight. Better odds after midnight. Not so chilly as recent nights. Low down to 58 with a mostly cloudy sky. Tomorrow, windy, much warmer. Summer-like levels. Record and near record-setting highs across the area of about 86 degrees. Partly sunny skies. And could be a shower thunderstorm in spots for the morning. More generalized in the afternoon and in through tomorrow night, and maybe some heavy weather in spots with a low tomorrow night crashing down to 36 and a stiff north wind for the day. On Friday, windy, much cooler, partly sunny, highs to about 47 degrees. We'll be down to the mid to upper 20s Saturday morning, 52 in the afternoon with lighter wind and sunshine, up to 62 on Sunday, 73 on Monday. Here comes some summer-like weather with low to mid 80s into Tuesday and Wednesday next week, and a couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms as well. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Within the cities we call home, Busey Bank is more than a name. It's a commitment to your dreams. With Busey, Trusted guidance is tailored to empower you every step of the way. Whether it's seamlessly managing your finances or planning for your future, Busey is dedicated to your financial success. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
I'm Charles Payne, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Oil prices are lower this morning, trading down more than 5.5%, trading over $87 a barrel. But gas is inching closer to $4 on average. AAA says it's at $3.98. Stock futures are surging. Dow Jones Industrial Futures up more than 500 points. This is all because of renewed hope of a deal to end the conflict in the Middle East after the Trump administration reportedly handed over a 15-point peace plan to Iran. The American dream, it's on hold for many Americans this morning. Mortgage rates hitting their highest levels since October, and that has mortgage demand down more than 10%, according to the Mortgage Bankers Association. And Sony and Honda slamming the brakes on a joint venture between the two Japanese companies, the pair discontinuing development and launch of two high-end electric vehicles. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Frank Lanza, invested in you.
Most investments today feel like second jobs. Real estate, you're a landlord. Stocks, you're a day trader. Crypto, you're a full-time researcher. You've got a life to live. Your investment should help you live it. That's why more Americans are choosing gold. Noble Gold has helped thousands protect their future with real physical gold. Visit NobleGoldInvestments.com to get your free wealth protection kit. That's NobleGoldInvestments.com. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Well, when you're ready to sell your home, you need to contact Nate Evans at the Nate Evans Group. When Dakota began the home buying process, it quickly became clear that the first agent he worked with wasn't focused on his family's needs. That's when he made the switch to Tish with the Nate Evans Group, and everything changed.
Yeah, you don't want to give it away. You don't want to leave any money on the table. You want to work with an agent that has buyers lined up, and Tish is one of them. Many of those agents have had over 100 home sales in their career. Nate doesn't hire inexperienced agents, and he's got this partnership with Zillow. There's so many different things that you can do as far as that coming soon program, that secret list of homes. If you'd like to talk about the financial aspect of things, Nate partners with some of the top builders in the region too, and some of the lenders in the area. So he just is well connected. He's a friend that you can call. I call the only agent I would call if I needed to sell my home. Nate Evans, 217-239-7113. Do that online search to Nate Evans Group and start packing.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to theNateEvansGroup.com.
Your home's best defense against uncertain times is an offense that includes Kramer Siding and Window. New roofing and siding can box out bad weather, providing superior protection against the elements. A new front door from Kramer is like the handshake before the game for your guests. Beautiful enough to be welcoming and strong enough to protect your home from foul play. Gutter Helmet is your slam dunk in gutter protection. We guarantee you'll never have to clean your gutters again. All this hoop comes with no harm. Our products are proudly made in the USA and can be financed. Get your home in the game at KramerSiding.com.
Would you like to play around? The University of Illinois Golf Course at 800 Hartwell Drive in Savoy is ready for you. Get your season pass and find out about their junior golf program. Check out the bi-weekly videos from the Orange and Blue course on the new YouTube channel. The U of I Golf Course is open to do golf outings for charities you're passionate about. Connect with Mike Wallner and visit uofigolf.com. Cheering on our Illini to go deep in their postseason as we prepare for our bracket challenge at Stevie J Broadcasting.
Spring is here, and so is that clutter. Ready to clear it out? Call 2 Men and a Junk Truck. We make spring cleaning a breeze with fast, friendly junk removal you can count on. Old furniture? Gone. Boxes? Bye-bye. Yard clutter? See ya. We do all the heavy lifting, so you can kick back and enjoy a clean, open space for the season ahead. More room, less stress, and a home you'll love. Starting now. Book today at twomenajuncktruck.com. 2 Men and a Junk Truck. Junk removal made simple.
Yeah, I'm an Elton John fan. He's 79 today.
Yes, he is.
1975. This was number one in America, Philadelphia Freedom.
Okay.
Number one in 1975.
And you had seen him in concert, right?
Never have.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
For me, I've seen him alone, and I've seen him with Billy
Oh,
Joel
man.
in the Battle of the Pianos. Man, that was
Sorry,
fun.
I didn't get a chance to do that because Billy's got troubles.
And that one was at a radio convention, and so we were kind of like, DJs that were hanging out on the side of the stage and all that, and part of the hubbub in Atlanta. It was awesome. I just love that scene.
Billy Joel has some issues, brain issues.
Yes, that's right.
So I don't think he's going to get out anymore. And I'm a huge fan. If there's one guy it'd probably be Billy Joel.
Yeah.
Because he just, had it going on.
You probably saw that Madison Square Garden finale in New York City.
I think I did, yeah.
And it was such a great show.
Yeah. He did that like once a month.
Uh-huh.
Sold out every time.
That's right.
Man. That's in residency.
What a treat, yeah.
Yeah, well, I saw him when he was here. The last time, which was a long time ago, and I called. It's Assembly Hall. Mm-hmm. Usually, radio guys got free tickets in the day.
I know.
Not much anymore. Anyway, so Zen Riggs, who runs the Schottenstein Center over in Columbus, and he, I said, Zen, should I pick my tickets up? And there's just like a 10-second silence.
Oh.
He said, I forgot. I said, He said, I'll call you back. And he called Billy Joel's guys.
Yes.
And they released tickets.
That's right.
Because Billy has a set of, these guys all get tickets.
Yeah, that's why I got my husband Mike and my nephew Carl when he was at the U of I, like pretty much front row for the Rolling Stones, I feel like, when they were. It was Aerosmith. It was Aerosmith.
Aerosmith, okay.
And they were so close to the speaker.
Oh, that'd be bad. That'd be really bad.
But they do. The band, obviously, and their entourage has a few rows of tickets.
Yep.
Usually they don't know anybody in Champaign-Urbana, so they'll release those usually 3 or 4 hours before the show.
I was fired up. It was row 5.
Nice.
Down on the floor. And it was just, Billy Joel was my guy. Anyway, I miss the fact that probably won't see him again. But again, something brain-wise, I don't know what's going on, but I don't think it's very good. He's 75 or something.
Right.
All right, good news. We have a Stever. It is the Jets Pizza Stever.
Yeah, I've had it this week, actually. We got in a situation where we needed dinner to happen quickly. I got invited to Homer to spend some time with my grandson, and you bet I'm going to do it quickly and get something going so I can spend a lot of time there and we don't have to worry about supper. Is that the situation in your life ever? Of course it is, and that's why Jets Pizza is the perfect solution. You can go to either location at Neal and Green or over by Round Barn off Springfield and Mattis and pick up your Jets. You can pop by there for lunch. It's 2 slices and a drink for under $10 or right at $10. So to me, it's a terrific deal, and you get a $50 experience when you go through our Stever option at GoStever.com today.
All right, it's available right now. GoStever.com, GoStever.com. You're not a member, you can join. It's free. And you just put your stuff in there and put down your password and username that you'll forget. And away you go.
I call 352-3333. Very easy to remember when I order my Jets and they say, hello, Diane. So they must, know I guess it's caller ID or something like that.
Yeah,
it's
they
not
got
just
caller
that they
ID
know.
They know your name. No, they got you.
Okay.
And they appreciate the business.
Very good service.
All right, it's GoStever.com for $50. I'm passing out today for Jets Pizza. Enjoy. You'll have till March 31 to use it. So it's coming up quickly. All right, 7:29. Good news. Ed Martin is on today with Brother Johnny. Pardon attorney for Donald Trump has a window to talk because he's in meetings all the time. So we get Ed on today, and we'll ask him a few pertinent questions.
Sounds good.
Looking forward to getting some answers. Stand by for that. 217-359-2255. That's the Fisher National Bank text line. You're always welcome to comment on anything anything at all.
And
Okay.
we're always taking those texts of Illini to get the signed jerseys and things like that, too. 359-20.
If you've not heard about that, it's the signed Keaton Wagler, Jake Davis, and David Merkovich, each with a jersey to give away from Campus Inc. We appreciate that.
That's right.
At Jet over there, and we want to give those away maybe tomorrow.
Why not celebrate the Sweet 16?
Text in now, Illini for that, 217-359-2255 if you want in on that. Those are big frame things.
That's right.
All right, news coming up, then Ed Martin, Brother Johnny, next on this Wednesday, March 25.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
Orange and Blue
I'm Charles Payne.
And preparation, teamwork, and showing up when it matters most. Just like Fred's Plumbing and Heating. For 47 years, this family-owned team has delivered dependable plumbing and HVAC installation, maintenance, and repairs throughout our community. They even offer service agreements with zero monthly cost, because protecting your home shouldn't break the budget. When you need service you can count on, choose the team that's been winning for nearly 5 decades. Trust the Orange and Blue of Fred's Plumbing and Heating.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. House hearing 10 a.m. Eastern on the challenges facing TSA agents and the public during the 40-day DHS shutdown. Fox's Peter Ducey at the White House.
If the people in these long lines are blaming Democrats, Democrats are not getting word of that yet. They are not feeling the heat from angry travelers in long TSA lines. They still will not agree to a deal to fund DHS, pay TSA workers.
Democrats demanding major reforms to ICE enforcement. Can diplomacy lead to peace?
Egypt, Pakistan, and Turkey are reportedly leading mediations as Gulf countries come under continued Iranian attack.
Fox's Trey Inks in Tel Aviv, the long road to recovery.
Mud up to 5 feet into their homes.
Yeah, for people in Hawaii devastated by massive flooding following feet of rain. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. 17-year-old Champaign teen Devon Turner is being held pre-trial after prosecutors say he shot a 26-year-old man during a February drug deal. Police say the victim drove himself to the hospital with multiple gunshot wounds and later identified Turner in a photo lineup. Prosecutors argued he should remain detained due to the severity of the case. A 75-year-old Urbana man in custody after a child sexual assault investigation by the sheriff's office. Deputies arresting Edward Bridges after a 7-year-old girl reportedly assaulted on March 22nd. Case began when the victim's family found Bridges' phone, which investigators say contained images and videos showing abuse. Village of Chatham broke ground Monday on a new municipal center. It'll house both the police and Village Hall. Ceremony took place at the Veterans Memorial Square on North Main Street. Village president says the current building is more than 40 years old, and Chatham's growth has created a need for updated technology and expanded services. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Yeah, unbelievable. Opening day in St. Louis is going to bring 90 degrees. Weather brought to you by Carl.
Reminding you they're always looking for good people to join the team. Do you feel passionate about healthcare and helping others? Visit carlhealth.org/careers.
This show will originate from Busch Stadium in the Jack Buck Studios tomorrow morning. I'll be there for the opening day broadcast. But 90? I'm still wearing my jacket because it'll be early when I get there.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have a short sleever on.
Go Cardinals.
Here we go.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather-free Central Illinois, Champaign, Urbana, and vicinity. Nice days worth of early spring weather. Partly sunny skies. Winds will shift around into the southwest. Afternoon temperatures take off nicely later this morning and this afternoon up to 72. Then this evening, though, could be a stray shower thunderstorm before midnight. Better odds after midnight. Not so chilly as recent nights. Low down to 58 with a mostly cloudy sky. Tomorrow, windy, much warmer, summer-like levels. Record and near record-setting highs across the area of about 86 degrees. Partly sunny skies. And could be a shower thunderstorm in spots for the morning. More generalized in the afternoon and in through tomorrow night. And maybe some heavy weather in spots with a low tomorrow night crashing down to 36 and a stiff north wind for the day on Friday. Windy, much cooler, partly sunny, highs to about 47 degrees. We'll be down to the mid to upper 20s Saturday morning, 52 in the afternoon with lighter wind and sunshine, up to 62 on Sunday, 73 on Monday. Here comes some summer-like weather with low to mid 80s into Tuesday and Wednesday next week, and a couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms as well. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Oh, no. Come on, really? Yes, sir. We're off and running on a Wednesday show that used to feature Ed Martin until he became a highfalutin big shot in Washington, D.C. Always been a big shot, but now he's pardon attorney for Donald Trump, among other jobs. Ed Martin, how are you?
Hey, guys, I can't tell you. I mean, I can barely focus. The cherry blossoms are out here, but more importantly, the Illini, which have pulled me in, I'm all worried about the Houston team, and now the Cardinals opening day, and I can't tell. I'm not sure the Cardinals are going to win 50 games, but it's still the Cardinals and Busch Stadium. So it's a great week. It's a great week in America.
Brother Johnny down in New Orleans, ducked out of his Bible study where we all should be 24/7. Johnny.
Hey, how you doing? Good morning. What's up, Ed? Talk to us.
I know it's been too long. It's been too long, guys. It's all good. You know, there's a lot happening. Let's put it that way. I'd say the most interesting development is the president saying, okay, if you don't want to control the airports, I'll send ICE out there, and that sent the left screaming and yelling, but it's worked out pretty well, I keep hearing. So, but you know, the war in Iran is a problem, right? I mean, obviously war is always a problem, so we'll see how that plays out. And then, I don't know, one thing after another. Last night, people didn't pay attention. I don't think they can pay attention to everything. The Senate did confirm that new Associate Attorney General for fraud, and his docket is really looking at a lot of the stuff that has been happening in Minnesota and other places. And so, you know, there's a million things going on, and we'll see how it all plays out in the coming months.
Well, Eddie, we're planning to come see you. You got to pick out a good place to eat, and
I already asked them that they're going to kill the fatted calf, and I'm going to have a steak the size of my arm. So I'm looking forward to it. But you know, Stevie J. I don't know if Stevie J's coming out here, but we ought to try to get it on his calendar. But it's today is the 25th of March, and in the old days, back in the old days, I think in England this was the start of the new year. It was the calendar year for the church, and so they started the New Year spring. That's kind of how it feels. When you said it was 90 degrees at Busch Stadium tomorrow, and the cherry blossoms going, it feels like spring is sprung, and we'll see. Again, you know, there's a big meeting on Capitol Hill today. The president's coming up to talk to the Republicans in the House, and it's really a fundraiser for the campaign side. And the question is, you know, in this environment where the president, whoever's in the White House, the party generally has a harder time in the House elections in the off year, because I guess it's, you know, people blame somebody and the ones in power get the blame. So that's the challenge that they're facing, is how do you maintain the majority, and what's the Democrats' message, which doesn't look like much of a message. But so it's people are sort of concerned about that and facing that. But you know, again, a million things going on. You almost can't keep up with it. I don't know if you saw over the weekend, Christopher Columbus statue, which was torn down in Baltimore. A famous statue was torn down a few years ago during the height of the craziness, was resurrected. I guess that's a bit dramatic, and put up on the grounds of the White House. And so you can imagine the Italian American community is celebrating all over, and it was a fantastic thing. So, you know, these are symbolic gestures, but the president is very motivated on the 250th anniversary of the country, which is July 4th of this year, of doing these kinds of things that celebrate our history. So that was kind of a fun one.
Well, Eddie, the message of the Democrats, you can tell the Republicans, is just they're against anything good going on at the time. So it changes, but whatever's good, they're against it. That's it. That's what. It doesn't matter what happens. No, it's bad. So easy to predict it. It's just a shame.
Well,
what you got, Speedy?
It's essentially if a tree falls in the forest and nobody's around, doesn't make any noise. If they don't report the news, if it's positive, how do you know Donald Trump's doing very well, Ed?
Well, that's actually one of the things. It's funny, you know. I know many of us, at least the three of us on this phone call, we would say that when we talk to our wives, we find out what real wisdom is. And my wife said the other day, she said I was reading through and I saw that the Iranians were executing more people. And she said, I know they killed 35,000 people in January. The Iranian regime executed 35,000 of their own citizens that protested against the regime. And the example my wife found out 3 days ago was some well-known Iranian, I think, wrestler, big macho 25-year-old guy. They executed the guy. And my wife said to me, Ed, she's like, how come we don't know how nasty these Iranians are? They make it sound like they're like oil businessmen that are being, put in a tough spot by Donald Trump. She's like, these are really nasty people, and the media is not telling us. And to your point, the number of things that are going right in the world, things like home buying. Home buying is breaking out a little bit, right? The interest rates went down. I mean, the war is causing a bunch of drag in different ways. Fuel prices are up and all. But the number of things that are going in the right direction are almost innumerable, and you don't hear about it. And now I will say this. You got a little bit of coverage out of Chicago, that young girl that was killed by the Venezuelan illegal immigrant, and it had been arrested 3 times and all. That's getting a little bit of attention. But I would say this, the wild card in the country, I think, in the upcoming election is this idea of crime. Because every place where the Democrats have true control, then the crime is out of hand. So if you have true control in Chicago, crime is out of hand. If you have true control in Memphis, but Trump puts in the National Guard, crime goes down. D.C., crime goes down because Trump put in the National Guard. Where the Democrats have control of the especially the cities, it's pure, it's a crime fest, and people relate to that issue. It's kind of like a primal issue. It's always in the top 2 or 3 that they vote on, and so I think that's a factor. But you're right about that, Johnny. That 2 points. One is that we're not hearing about the things that are going the right way, meaning there are a lot of things. And then, Stevie J, your point. How do you fight through the media that doesn't tell you what's happening? They only tell you what they want. And I've been listening. I know you guys are chuckle. I've been listening to a history of Watergate, and I won't tell you why, but there's a reason why. If you think about my office, the pardon office, you can think hard on it, and you'll figure it out pretty quick. But 90 people were convicted in Watergate, and really, it looks like a giant hoax. But one of the things about that was the Washington Post. The Washington Post. It's clear now. It's not. I'm not debating it. They lied about all sorts of aspects of Watergate. And the lies were all directionally in favor of making it look like everything was in the White House controlled by Nixon and was done by Nixon. Now, you can say what you want about Nixon's obstruction of justice. There were at least 2 acts that looked like obstruction of justice, fine. But the rest of it, they just lied. And that's the beginning, in my opinion, of the lying. The advocacy by the media was the Washington Post, a second-tier paper at the time in a city with 4 or 5 papers. And they sort of ran to the front and said, look at us, we're heroic. And that's what's happening with our news sources all the time. And so that's the challenge, right? How do you fight through that? And that's the everlasting question right now in the era of Trump, because hate Trump is all you have to say, and you get big coverage as a real deep thinker.
Well, Eddie, I think it's always tough at the midterms for the administration, but if the progressive Democrat side loses the war and the United States wins the war, I think the Democrats are in trouble because the oil's going to drop. They've been particularly unseemly and un-American lately, and we're doing a great job, and we needed to, and talk about an imminent threat, Stevie. They had the missile that went 4,000 miles. They were only supposed to have them like at maximum of 2, and why we let them do that is anybody's guess. But no, I think that's where their whole strategy hinges on something not good for us going on in Iran, like not getting the Strait open or something. If it goes as we think it may at this point, they're just not going to have anything to complain about. Things are going to take off, and so they will complain, but they're not going to get any traction.
Well,
that's what I think.
And I think with all of these issues and everything that's out there, the bottom line is still going to be the Save America Act. And if you can't get something passed like this when you control everything, you got issues with Republicans as well. And here's a clip from a lawyer. They got done recounting Wisconsin from 2020, okay? Well, there's 3 million votes. Listen to this. Now, he breaks it down. I cut it to the very end, the summary. This is a lawyer who is ahead of counting all the votes in Wisconsin in 2020 when Trump said it was rigged and he won.
3 million people properly voted in the state of Wisconsin. More than 200,000 identified during this recount did not. But those votes got counted. And our statute says they should not have been. That, in our view, is a taint on our election in Wisconsin.
I'll lead with you on this, Johnny. You've said it for a long time. I mean, can you win? Does it matter if you're not fixing stuff like that?
Well, there's 300,000 in question in Fulton County, which is near Atlanta, the Atlanta County, and that was where the toilet overflowed, Ed. So they had to stop counting in Georgia.
Yeah,
but listen, that's the problem. How many places can they still do it? It's just a matter of whether they're embedded. It's an institutional thing, and that's why they continually harp on things that 90% of us don't agree with, because we can't do anything about it if we can't straighten this out a little bit. Just at least make improvements, and we have made some improvements. And so the thing about something like the Iranian war that goes our way is they're just going to get swamped. There is a limit to how many votes you can just manufacture and stuff in the ballot box, and it's too big to rig, I think, is the term. And so I'm hoping that plus some improvements on the voting. But Ed, I don't see much going on with the SAVE Act, because everything they're talking about depends on keeping the voting like it is, because they're just going upstream against too many.
And whatever, 25 years ago, Johnny, when you were leading the term limits fight, one of the assertions would have been, hey, the incumbents are going to protect the system that protects them. They always do, and that's exactly right. So to pretend that Democrats and Republicans are different when they're incumbents, they're not. The I for incumbent carries over. But, Stevie J, one thing, I'll say it more succinctly, what you said. At this point, we know 2020 was a mess. We probably won't know until some of us get to heaven and we have full knowledge of everything, whether it was really stolen or how it was stolen. But we can say with certainty it was really poorly run, and the symptoms of fraud are everywhere. And the question then becomes, what have we done about it? Right? What are we willing to do about it? If you see that much fraud, are you willing to pass the SAVE Act? Are you willing in states to force paper ballots and force, are you actually willing? And that's the question. And I think the answer so far is not enough. I mean, now, to your point, too big to rig might be what saves us again. I think that's what saved us in 2024. But too big to rig is a hard bet when you're counting on nuts and bolts, guys. I tell this to people all the time. Everything is not magic. Everything is actually hard work. And in the history of America, in the last 20 years, let's say, there are two groups that played a huge role in steering the energy for get out the vote for conservatives and center-right leaning voters. And those were the NRA and Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA. The NRA was targeted by Letitia James. She said, I'm running for office as Attorney General. I will use New York laws to investigate the NRA because they were founded in New York 120 years ago, and I will destroy them. And she effectively did. They do not have the turnout, the turnout machine they did in the early 2000s. And Charlie Kirk's death makes it very unlikely that Turning Point USA will be able to steer the energy. So nuts and bolts, get out the vote. You got to grind the vote out to win too big to rig. And the Democrats don't have a problem. They pay. They use the government largesse. They use the union largesse. Pritzker pays everybody to go, and they have a built-in army. So too big to rig gets harder when the other side's army is a mercenary army, and ours is a volunteer army, and our volunteers are depleted.
No, I think that's right. It's a very difficult situation. It's far, far bigger than was assumed. And the Republicans, the good news, Eddie, is the Republicans en masse are actually starting to think, hey, this may really be a problem, you know, because when I've ever said it, it's just not that bad. They do some shenanigans, but it's just not that bad. We're good. I'm like, man, what are you looking at? And now they're going, whoa, what is going on? So, yeah, but that's good.
Well,
that's good. And the other thing, Ed, I will say this. You're you're going to see some questions on both sides. It's so easy. No, we're not just going to hand it over when we know they're doing that. And you're going to see the Republican areas holding votes and the Democrats to see how many they need. And I told Steve on a couple occasions, I think we might see in 2028 400 million votes out of 350 million people.
That's right.
So, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, and Stevie, one more quick 10 seconds is you got to give a vision for the other side. And if the vision is Schumer, then we beat Schumer, right? I mean, if the vision is that dopey guy, I don't even forget Jeffries, then with AOC, then we win. It is always a choice. But again, our side has to grind, and meaning the people that care about this have to grind, not just Republicans, conservatives, people that care about the future of the country, and that's the grind, right? It's hard work. It's never easy.
Well, and it feels like if the Republicans lose, we're going to go back to the open border. We're going to go back to being careful what you say because there'll be speech police. I mean, it just feels very negative to me. The direction we're going now, for the most part, I like about everything happening in the direction it's going has been unbelievable. The whole thing is Donald Trump triggers the left to get the vote out because they can't stand him and probably don't even have the truth about him. It's just always searching for the truth and what's right, Johnny. That's what you got to continue to dig for.
And no, and that's exactly right. And I think that there's a lot more hype that the Democrats are doing well than exists. But again, there's just things that have to play out here in March in time for the Americans to say, man, we do not want to go back to where we were. So whatever Trump seems to be doing, let's stick with it. That's where we got to be, and then it'll be too big to rig. So that's what I'm hoping for. They got to pray for that, Eddie. That's what we do. But
yeah, I mean, and again, remember one thing, guys, that really is something. It's uncharted territories. The speed of media and politics and everything has never been faster. So what feels like a big deal today, literally in 5 weeks, will be out of people's minds. And so when you hear that, Donald Trump he's announced he's going to have in Dallas after Labor Day, a mid-year convention. It's never been done before, Republican convention. That's about 7 weeks before the election. And he'll be trying to define what the issues you should care about. Now, early voting will mess that up. Mail-in voting will mess that up in some places. But my point is only that if we control the Straits of Hormuz in the next 3 or 4 weeks, and then energy prices go down, by August, no one will even remember. Most Americans won't even know what the Iran war was about. They'll just know that we kicked somebody's ass and and prices are down, right? And as they go back to school in September, they'll have a picture of Chuck Schumer, ruminating on the floor of the Senate about how he's going to stop everything. Mm-hmm. And they'll think, that's not what they want. One last thing, though, Johnny, to disagree. If the Democrats get control of the House, or God forbid, the House and Senate, Donald Trump still is the most powerful man in the history of the world in terms of the power of the executive. They'll make it miserable with oversight, but at least for 2 years, he'll become a hero, because then they'll really show their colors, and he'll be standing up to these lunatics. And so, if you're very crass, you're politically, you sometimes want an enemy with some juice, because then you can point to him and say, you don't want that, do you? And so I don't want that either, because I think the Democrats and the media could take down the president. I really do. So I'm not rooting for it. I'm just saying the president will still be the president, and he's fearless. For the next 2.5 years, he's going to be in charge. 2028, if we lose the presidency, then the borders are open, and it's change your pronouns, and we'll have adjoining cells if they let us have a wall that we can knock on to communicate.
Well, I don't think they can do a whole lot with Trump as president, Eddie. I agree, and they will look bad. So then nothing will happen because they won't get anything passed. They'll just be yammering, and he can kind of ignore their impeachment proceedings. They can harass him, and that's about it. And we'll see them harass him just like we have been seeing. But before we go, Ed, I got to go back to our dinner. They're not coming in and spitting in our food, are they, up there anymore?
No, we're going to tell. I'm going to tell them we're from Illinois, and they'll assume we're Democrats. So,
Exactly.
That'll be good.
Well,
that's the way we'll do it.
Just wear.
By the way, guys. Hey. By the way, guys, I really made it. Forget about Mardi Gras. I got invited to Mayor Daley's St. Patrick's Day party. I couldn't go, but I was invited. I want you to know, Rod Blagojevich invited me to Mayor Daley's St. Patrick's Day party. So,
Dang.
I mean, I'm coming, Illinois. I'm on the upswing in Illinois, baby.
All right, the last thing.
Hey, by the way, he mentioned Steve Rod Blagojevich, one of my heroes. He's the guy who tied Louisiana at 5 governors in jail when they put him in jail. We're tied. So I love him.
All right. Lastly, Ed, will you somehow be able to watch Illinois at 10:05 Eastern Time on Thursday night?
Well, I'm going to try to. I'm getting old. I'm going to try to take a nap. I told my wife the other day. I'm going to try to take a nap, and then try to get back up. But I'm not going to lie. I live off of, remember the old days you had to put the VCR on and tape it, and then you get up early and watch it. Now you can just go on and watch all the clips. So I might be, and I wake up at about 3 in the morning to take a walk around the place, if you know what I mean. So I don't know. I'll try, though. But, man, I got to tell you, it's like the worst draw because I hate, Houston is tough, and they play they played like thugs for years, and they're, by the way, though, forget about that. Washington, D.C. has Duke, UConn, St. John's, and Michigan State.
Ooh.
It's like a Final Four in this town on Friday. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Johnny.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, in Houston, one thing I don't like, we're playing them at home, Ed, so that's a problem.
Exactly.
We can take them. We can take them, but it's going to take a really good game. That's gonna be a great game, and I'm glad we're there, Stevie.
Yep. No, right. No, it's
baby.
been a fun. Hey, Johnny, Ed, great having you both. Thank you, Ed, so much for being on. We appreciate you very much.
All right, guys.
Thank you very much for being on. Thank you,
God
Johnny.
bless.
Thank you. God bless you. Ed Martin out in Washington, brother Johnny, New Orleans. Steve Suderman of Round Barn. Boom. Same level of gravitas as well. Steve, how are you?
But I don't live in Washington, D.C. I live here in Champaign.
Man, I tell you what,
That would be rough.
Be hard. Any big city, I think, would just not be me. I couldn't do that. I couldn't spend an hour and a half
Nor
commuting.
would I want to fly out of one right now.
I'm telling you what. Steve Suderman, he's at Good Vibes. That's where you get your big screen TVs, your theaters, your sound systems. Round Barn, stock full of cool stuff, and always on the cutting edge of technology. What do you got?
Well, I'm going to deviate from the norm because last week we talked about new stuff coming, the RGB TVs and the Super OLEDs from LG. They're still a week or 2 or 3 away. Right now, the soundbar companies have all decided to go low for the month of March, starting with the number one selling premium compact bar. That's the Sonos Beam. Not only does it make your TV sound clear, dialogue intelligible, you can stream anything on it, including SJ Broadcasting, and you can make it cinematic by adding the mini sub, which is a little thing that makes some bass, and it's $230 off the combo. Our number one selling Klipsch Flexus soundbar, where they got Onkyo to build the amplifiers, so they sound better, they last longer, they're more powerful. Just $279 till the end of the month. It's life-changing if your hearing is anything like mine, which is not what it used to be. And then Polk Audio, not to be outdone, they've got their Signa series, the Signa 2, 3, and 4, and we've got there's 2 Model 4s, we've got the better one. All of them are on sale. That Signa 4 SD is $409 with the woofer and bar together. If your TV is too loud, your family will thank you if you come in and get one of these things, or if you just can't hear it well, or you like those British things and they're gobbledygook. This clears all that up, and I've got lots of selection to get you at the right price.
I think soundbars, obviously, with those TVs, you have to have a good soundbar. I mean, it makes all the difference.
It does.
And you said they start at what again?
Oh, $279 for our number one seller. They start lower than that, but there's deals on literally all of them.
What's the brand on the $279?
Klipsch.
Man. Oh, boy.
With Onkyo inside. So it's a solid citizen.
That's really, really good. All right.
Go to gvibes.com. There's a big button on the landing page that says big deals, and everything that's on sale that we have in stock comes up on that catalog. So it's easy to sort through.
Well, okay. So again, we find you how?
Well, at gvibes.com, virtually, but physically at 2010 Round Barn, next to the driver's license facility in the eyeglass place next door. And you can call us at 351-0909.
You are the man, Mr. Suderman. Always a pleasure, sir.
Likewise.
All right, Steve Suderman at Round Barn. It's good vibes. Check them out. Great deals on the Klipsch sound bars, which makes the whole television experience better. Hey, we got a Go Stever at GoStever.com. It's Jets Pizza. $50. Just go to GoStever.com and get yourself in this. News coming up in a minute. That's Diane Ducey. I am Stevie J. It's 7:59 ESPN 93.5.
Looking for a great place to relax, grab a bite, and have some fun? Head to the Ambroise Sports Bar and Grill in Villa Grove. This well-furnished hometown tavern has something for everyone. Enjoy great food, a full bar, and a welcoming family-friendly atmosphere. Step outside to the outdoor patio, challenge your friends on the golf simulator, or check out the full game room. Whether you're stopping in with the kids for dinner or meeting friends for a drink and some gaming machines, Ambroise Sports Bar and Grill is the place to be. Ambroise Sports Bar and Grill in Villa Grove. Good food, good fun, and good times waiting for you.
Your home's best defense against uncertain times is an offense that includes Kramer Siding and Window. New roofing and siding can box out bad weather, providing superior protection against the elements. A new front door from Kramer is like the handshake before the game for your guests. Beautiful enough to be welcoming and strong enough to protect your home from foul play. Gutter Helmet is your slam dunk in gutter protection. We guarantee you'll never have to clean your gutters again. All this hoop comes with no harm. Our products are proudly made in the USA and can be financed. Get your home in the game at KramerSiding.com.
This is WSJK, Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals. It's 8 o'clock.
A lot of aggravation at a lot of airports. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, with more long security lines.
About 2.5 hours so far, and it looks like probably another hour or so to go.
He's in Houston.
It's insane.
At Bush International Airport, in the line, Fox's Brooke Taylor reports snakes down to the ground level.
And unfortunately, the line also then goes outside of this terminal and loops around the building before these travelers are allowed back inside.
Because some TSA agents are not showing up. They haven't been paid in a month, and Fox Business Network Cheryl Cassoni reports the House will hold a hearing on that next hour.
Here's what we're expected to hear from the Deputy Administrator of the TSA. Agents are sleeping in their cars at airports to save gas money, selling their blood and plasma, taking on second and third jobs to make their ends meet.
Homeland Security has been mostly unfunded for 40 days now. Democrats rejected the latest Republican compromise in the Senate.
The plan would have funded all areas of DHS except ICE and certain immigration enforcement. Democrats still insist that DHS ban masks for agents, and they want changes for warrants. It's a stare down.
That's Fox's Chad Bergam at the Capitol. Democrats are touting a special election victory in Florida as earth-shattering. Emily Gregory beat Trump-backed Republican John Maples to win a state House seat representing the district where the president's Mar-a-Lago estate is. The U.S. and Israel keep up the attacks in Iran as more American forces head to the region, and Iran keeps launching missiles into Israel. But Fox's Matt Finn reports from Dubai.
President Trump says the U.S. is holding talks with the powers that be in Iran about a peace deal, although so far Iran denies there's been talks in recent days. And this morning, the Wall Street Journal reports that the United States has sent Iran a 15-point plan to end the war.
Iran is offering to let non-hostile ships move through the Strait of Hormuz after Trump threats to intensify attacks, so oil prices are down more than 4%. America's listening to Fox News.
I didn't switch to Pure Talk just because I wanted to save 50% off the same 5G service I'd been paying twice as much for. I switched because I like the idea of being in business with a wireless company that supports our veterans in a meaningful way. Pure Talk also creates American jobs every day by keeping their entire operation in this country. I appreciate that. If you feel the same, dial pound 250, say micro, and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
As the U.S. and Israel keep battling Iran, there is a warning to Jews around the world ahead of Passover.
Israel's National Security Council says the ongoing war with Iran is increasing the threat of terrorism against Israelis abroad, and that Passover events and other Jewish holidays could be potential targets. Israelis are advised to take heightened precautionary measures no matter where in the world they are. The Israeli NSC saying it strongly recommends against attending events that are unsecured or in open areas. We're told that in recent weeks, several attacks led by or inspired by Iran have been thwarted, including in Belgium, the Netherlands, and the United States. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
We're still awaiting a jury's decision in Los Angeles, deliberating a second week in a social media lawsuit accusing Meta and Google of making their platforms addictive and harmful. Well, yesterday, in a separate lawsuit, a jury in New Mexico found Meta liable that the parent of Facebook and Instagram failed to disclose safety risks for children. A judge ordered Meta to pay $375 million, which Meta will appeal. Now to a criminal case against a woman who got an abortion.
Georgia Superior Court Judge Stephen Blackerby said in court he thought the murder charge against Alexia Moore was extremely problematic, and the New York Times reports he said it would be a hard charge to convict upon. Moore was taken into custody March 4th after a warrant was issued using language that echoes a Georgia law banning abortions after a fetal heartbeat. Court records say Moore arrived at a hospital last December complaining of abdominal pain and told medical workers she took misoprostol, a drug used in medication abortions, along with the painkiller oxycodone. The warrant says police obtained medical records estimating Moore had been pregnant for 22 to 24 weeks. Lisa Lacera, Fox News.
On Wall Street, a stock surge is brewing. Dow futures up almost 400 points. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Snyder Hall's basement flooded Sunday, causing severe damage to various building systems. Residents must relocate for the rest of the semester. Flood affected electricity, water heaters, elevators, card access, and data infrastructure. Now, the university wrote that it states all residents' rooms and belongings were unaffected. The residence houses 450 students. Crews working to complete 4 soil borings this week for the Illinois Department of Transportation. In Champaign, BFW Engineering and Consulting have one lane of Kirby Avenue closed to traffic between Cobble Field Drive and Maynard Drive. Work is planned from 8 a to 4 p.m. through Friday this week. Champaign County Sheriff's Office warning families about a new scam targeting people with loved ones in custody. They say callers impersonating Illinois Office of Statewide Pretrial Services, claiming that payment is required for GPS monitoring or supervision before someone can be released. It's a scam. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
806 ESPN 93.5. Thank you, Jim Miller. It is Wednesday, March 25. I'm Stevie J. There's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
We're just...
next week we'll be in a new month.
Wow. April begins next Wednesday.
Here we go.
Yeah. Will we be planting, I guess? Greg, that's... Will they plant?
Maybe a little early tillage. Mm-hmm. There might be, sometimes there are folks that do get out there with a, very resistant or early variety, corn to maybe get going. So, that's going to be up to them to do that.
Yep.
So, pick your spots. Like I said, the folks who are maybe more inclined to go with the earlier dates, it's going to become a little more problematic. The more traditional ones, as we get deeper into spring, I think better. Still need to do this soil moisture thing. It's not going to go away if we don't get it going now and recharge to as best we can. We've got issues later on this summer, I think, coming down the pike.
Yeah, he knows all about this. Meteorologist Greg Solier, brought to you this morning by the Urbana Park District.
Reminding you, the free teen hangout comes your way on Friday. Plus, you've got the Tales and Trails. You might want to check out all your options as the warmer weather approaches as you visit urbanaparks.org.
All righty, I'm headed to St. Louis for the broadcast tomorrow morning, opening day for the Cardinals. I'll be there in the press box. Looking forward to that. And I think Cardinal fans, sometimes you're wearing stocking caps for opening days in March.
That's for
and I
sure.
think Wrigley Field, Chicago, where you'll hear it on US 105.9, I think it's going to be pleasant in Chicago. Man.
That is a Thursday afternoon game, correct?
Yes. That is tomorrow afternoon. It's like 12:35 or something.
But
I'd be ready for the Pat and Ron rain delay theater thing, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh boy.
We'll play the old Jack Brickhouse stuff.
We're getting rain, but I thought it was later, like late afternoon into the evening.
Yeah, no, maybe middle inning-ish right now, and then by late innings, we'll go from the 70s to the 50s with the wind coming in off the lake. So
more baseball-y in St. Louis at 90 then, I guess.
Yes, yeah. So I think if you can deal with the upper 80s and low 90s, and as long as the press box is air conditioned, you'll be in tip-top shape. Better there than it will be at Wrigley, I think.
Wow. All right, around here, what you seeing, friend?
Yep. Well, we've got readings in the mid to upper 30s, some mid-level cloud thinning on out, and that's the precursor to developing warm front that'll be coming through the area, and that already introducing a little earlier than we were thinking yesterday, some shower potential and some thunderstorm activity as we move on through this evening, and more so overnight tonight. And it's a surge of air that will send readings up into the low to mid 90s as far north as some of those grass fire and wildfire areas of Nebraska, low to mid 90s from Denver on east and south, triple digits into parts of West Texas and New Mexico today, and some of those low to mid 90s again lurking just southwest of Busch Stadium tomorrow afternoon. And then by the time we get to maybe Saturday morning, readings will have fallen into the 20s. Another big warm up next week and a start of a on and off showery weather pattern. That's what we're looking for to get the recharge going. In the meantime, out the door this morning, got a reading of 41 now at Willard and Savoy. Later on this afternoon, should top out around 72. Not bad, not a bad recovery with a south wind and a partly sunny sky. Early to mid evening, maybe a stray shower, and then overnight tonight, a couple of showers, thunderstorms bust out too, low down to 58. Tomorrow, windy, much warmer, record smashing high tomorrow of about 86 degrees. Wouldn't be surprised there's a 90 even southwest of Champaign County. The record high for tomorrow is 81, set back in 1907. And again, keeping an eye on a couple of showers and thunderstorms coming in here late morning, more so tomorrow into the mid and late afternoon. Those could be heavy and severe through early tomorrow night, and a low down to 36 as winds turn rudely to the north. And then windy, much cooler for the day on Friday, partly sunny at 47. After mid-20s here Saturday morning, 52 in the afternoon, much lighter wind and lots of sunshine. 62 on Sunday, 73 on Monday. Back to summertime, more warmth, more humidity, scattered showers, thunderstorms Tuesday and Wednesday with low to mid-80s. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
All right, thank you very much. It's pretty cool to be playing basketball in baseball season, and that's what the Illini have.
Yes.
I'm sure they're there. They probably went yesterday. But boy, are they happy. Every single person on that charter, they're happy they're on a charter and not figuring out all the security things.
That's right.
Used to be, we flew commercial.
Yeah.
Basketball, football. Not football. Football's always had too many people.
Remember when you kind of got dressed up for your trip, too?
Oh, yeah.
Because it was something special? And now it's like everybody's in their pajamas.
No, it's completely different. Back in the... I guess it would have been the 70s when I went to New Orleans to see Johnny, who just moved down there, and I was in a suit.
Yeah.
I wore a suit.
Isn't that crazy?
Why did I wear a suit? Because that's what you did.
And you kept your shoes on during the flight.
No kidding. Yeah, some of the habits I got a little too lax, maybe. Anyway, Illinois plays tomorrow night. It is a late one, 9:05 if it goes well, 9:30 if there's a delay in that first game. So we will see, and I don't know, Iowa, Nebraska, I kind of like the Nebraska story. I'm kind of rooting for Fred Hoiberg. It just got his son playing for him. They've never won an NCAA game, and here they've won 2.
Mm-hmm.
And, so it's, Iowa's playing great, though. And then that winner will take on the winner of Houston and Illinois, and Houston is favored. We have to play really, really well to win. I think everybody knows that. But here we are. And it's a big stage.
Yes.
There's a lot of people who will be watching every single game that, general managers, NBA clubs, they're all watching now.
Yeah, for sure.
They're all watching.
Well, the fact that we have 6 teams from the Big Ten in the Sweet 16 is amazing. And, some have said, I have 3 of my Final 4 from the Big Ten. So it's interesting with our bracket challenge. Again, a shout out to Kramer Siding and Window, U of I Golf Course in Savoy, Moe's Burritos Bar and Grill, Legacy Solar, and the Urbana Park District for being part of this at StevieJay.com. Very easy in case you need to refresh your memory of your picks and you were part of our bracket challenge to go to StevieJay.com and review and look at your standings. And I wanted to hit a couple of different things. John and Camargo, for instance, Stevie had talked about more the statistic side of taking the three or going down the lane and all of that. We reviewed that when we were off the air yesterday because it was a pretty lengthy text. But do you have comments about that? I was going to hit that with Johnny, but because Ed Martin was on.
We had Ed on today. We didn't get to that. I think statistically, there are people that pore over this all the time. It's called analytics.
Yes.
And so they know exactly they understand it, but there is an extra point on the 3-point shot. And the percentages change. Johnny's mentioned this to me. If we get 15 offensive rebounds or second chances, your percentage might go from 37 to 52. So there's a way to calculate the benefit of a three when you get offensive rebounds. Brad's into analytics. So he knows well that if you don't get offensive rebounds, then you shot 32%.
Right.
So you have to get offense. That brings that up and gives you another huge opportunity and demoralizes the other team. There's a lot there involved in an offensive rebound.
That's right.
So I guess the answer is it just takes studying, and yes, but I don't think Illinois changes a thing.
Right.
They're just not. I would suggest that Z doesn't shoot right now because I don't think he makes his threes right now. Thomas Love made 2 last game, but when
Andre went through a little bit of a dry spell.
Well, he doesn't shoot the three very well, and I can't imagine the parental kind of pressure when his dad was one of the best in history.
Yeah, in
it's
the
like
NBA.
playing Michael Jordan's son, right?
I
mean,
know.
It's just like my dad was great at this. Why aren't I? But what Andre does, Andre Stojakovic goes to the basket. He goes to the rim, and he's good at it. And so Houston's going to take his ball away. Sometimes the way he kind of charges in there, somebody's going to poke it away. They're that quick.
Right.
So there's just a lot involved, and you can debate it. But, when Johnny's on another time, we can discuss the analytics of it all.
That's right.
And maybe figure it out. But it's the debate. But you look at a lot of teams, holy moly, they all shoot it. They just any good team's going to kick it out and shoot it, and a lot of people do that. And that's the game. And a lot of players come play because they love that. They love being able to fire it up, right?
Right.
So anyway, it's basketball, and we're still playing, and we're thrilled.
Yes.
Okay, it's ESPN 93.5. I get to play this because this is coming up on the Sound of Summer.
The Redbird Recap is sponsored by Helitech Waterproofing and Foundation Repair. Heal your home with Helitech.
The Major League Baseball season is beginning tonight with a single game as the Yankees and Giants are going to play against each other in San Francisco. But for the St. Louis Cardinals, they are going to open up their season coming up tomorrow afternoon when they match up against the Tampa Bay Rays. Today at Busch Stadium, the Cardinals and the Rays are each going to be going through a workout in front of the home opener for the Cardinals coming up on Thursday. St. Louis is set to send Matthew Liberatore to the mound. He's going to be making the first opening day start of his career after he moved into a full-time starter's role last year. Last year during the regular season, he was 8-12 with a 4.21 ERA. Drew Rasmussen will start for the Rays. Last year, 10-5 with a 2.76 ERA. You'll be able to hear all the coverage of the Cardinals and Rays tomorrow with first pitch scheduled for 3:15. For the St. Louis Cardinals Radio Network, I'm Matt Pauley.
I just can't help but flash back to the Caravan when
Nolan
Gorman and
you talked with Matthew Liberatore, right?
Yeah, we had an interview with
Did you do another one of your I can post you up?
No.
Good.
I didn't do that.
Was that John Jay? It was one of the.
No, I got sassy.
And they were like, no, you
Daniel Descalzo and John Jay, and I said I could post you up, and Daniel Descalzo went, not really.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, let's play. Anyway, Matthew Liberatore and Nolan Gorman, when we had the questioner say, well, let's trade you two for Nolan Arenado.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're right.
I'm going, dang, guys, they're here, right?
I know.
You know they're here.
The Cardinal
You
Caravan.
see their name and badges there.
You never know what the kids are going to say. I feel like this last time was really good, though. Some very insightful
questions
kids.
from kids that were asking questions whether their dads or moms told them. I don't know, but they were really good questions.
I know it.
Really fun.
And there was one that was like, is Yachty coming? I'm like, okay.
Hold on, let me see. Yachty? No, you didn't get on the bus.
That's right.
All right, taxes can't be taxing. Rethink tax time with Busey. Well, we're here now, so you better get it going. There is time. You can still contribute to retirement accounts by April 15, and that'll be deductible for last year. Organize your records. File electronically. You know, less than 1% of electronic returns have errors, compared to 20% of paper returns. The typical taxpayer receives nearly $3,000 refund. With all the Trump cuts, people are saying they're getting refunds. That's awesome. Make the most of your refund this year by paying down bad debt. such as credit cards and private student loans, building savings, retirement, and investment accounts, or establishing or restoring an emergency fund. Tax laws are complex and change frequently. The experts at Busey suggest you consult your tax advisor before making investment and tax decisions. Just go to Busey.com or stop by one of the many convenient locations today to get started on your maximum refund. Investment products and services not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee. Busey, been around since 1868. That's a year after the U of I
That's
opened.
right.
Busey, member FDIC.
Of course, we have the Cubs over on US 105.9 tomorrow with the first pitch against Washington at 1:20.
Be a sellout. Always is on opening day. Cardinals will be sold out. The Clydesdales, all the people, they'll announce the key people and all. It's really fun.
It's nice that we have milder weather here in the Midwest tomorrow for opening day MLB, but will the weather be a factor? Because things will be changing up, and what time will that all happen?
Well, if you're going to the Cub game, you're going to get lulled to sleep because if it's going to go 20 degrees down and windy, yeah. But I don't think the Cub fans going to worry about
That's
it.
right.
Just play ball. Time for weather. Meteorologist Greg Soya on this Wednesday, March 25th. See what's going on, Mr. Meteorologist.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather. Free Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. The proverbial roller coaster ride of weather and temperatures getting underway and takes us into early next week as well with a pretty good surge of summer-like weather at times and increased rainfall and drought easing prospects as well. Not today. Partly sunny skies. Mild weather, though, at 72 as a light southeast to south wind shifts into the southwest. For tonight, maybe a stray shower thunderstorm this evening. Better odds after midnight. Not so chilly. Temps down into the mid to upper 50s. Tomorrow, windy, much warmer, some record and near record-setting highs up to about 86 degrees and a south-southwesterly wind. Shower thunderstorm in spots for the late morning, more likely into the afternoon and evening. Those could be heavy and locally severe. Showers and thunderstorms at a couple of rounds tomorrow night. Temperatures crash to the mid-30s, partly sunny, windy, much cooler at 47 on Friday. Weekend highs of 52 Saturday, 62 on Sunday, 73 on Monday. A couple of showers and thunderstorms Tuesday, then Tuesday and Wednesday highs back around or north of 80 degrees. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
I'm Taylor Riggs, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Mortgage rates rising again, hitting the highest level since the fall, now 6.43% on average for a 30-year fixed-rate loan. That's up more than a quarter point in less than a month. The Mortgage Bankers Association says demand is also down more than 10% as the American dream of home ownership is put on hold by many. Ahead of the open on Wall Street this morning, stocks are surging because of a possible deal to end the conflict with Iran. Dow futures up more than 350 points. Oil is trading lower, down 4%. Gas, though, is averaging $3.98, according to AAA. Import prices jumping more than expected in February to its highest level since March of 2022. January was also revised higher. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Frank Lanza, invested in you.
Most investments today feel like second jobs. Real estate, you're a landlord. Stocks, you're a day trader. Crypto, you're a full-time researcher. You've got a life to live. Your investment should help you live it. That's why more Americans are choosing gold. Noble Gold has helped thousands protect their future with real physical gold. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com to get your free wealth protection kit. That's noblegoldinvestments.com. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Better banking is about more than just money. It's about people. Fisher National Bank is a locally owned community bank serving Champaign and Vermilion counties, and they're your friends and neighbors who take a vested interest in the communities they serve. Last year alone, Fisher National offered over 750 hours of community service. By investing in the people they serve, Fisher National Bank shares in the success of a stronger community. Learn more about Fisher National Bank at any of the branches or fishernational.com. Fisher National Bank, exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
Hey, we're looking for a couple of really professional drivers that know the ropes and would like to get a home where they're treated with respect, getting home every weekend, making a good wage, and doing the right things safely. Yeah.
Awesome. 2 people. All right. And how would they connect with you for that?
They can get me at TIMO at gftlog.com or 765-793-7131 extension 4, or even my cell phone right now, 765-505-1295.
And then for dedicated diesel off Route 45 on Triumph Drive, as you're driving toward Rantoul on the left-hand side, you'll find dedicated diesel. What do you offer there?
Hey, we've got a couple of good mechanics in, trailer mechanic and a tractor mechanic right now. We're doing DOT annual inspections, trailer repair, truck repair, just whatever you need, we can take care of.
Wow, that's really nice to know because, we have to drive into some other cities. Not convenient. You can't get all that done here in Urbana at dedicated diesel.
At NCAA championships, noise is made here. Memories are made here. Champions win here. The only thing missing here is you. The National Collegiate Men's Gymnastics Championships, coming to Champaign, Illinois this April. Get your seats at ncaa.com/tickets.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Former Illini Terrence Shannon Jr. of the Minnesota Timberwolves about Ben Quattrone from Sarah Champagne.
What kind of friend has he been?
Unbelievable. Ever since I came to this dealership, me and Ben had interactions. He's been a great person this whole time. It still is. I always would recommend him to anybody about a car or anything. He's always going to be there for you no matter what. He always be behind you. He's just a great person.
Visit sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA champagne.com.
It's time to test your college basketball knowledge with the Stevie J Broadcasting March Mayhem as we fill our brackets at StevieJ.com. Urbana Park District has gotten in on the fun with their summer camps and job opportunities posted online. Moe's Burritos Bar and Grill at 723 South Neal Street for terrific Mexican food and great prices. And Kramer Siding and Windows since 1955, providing superior exteriors. And try to win season football tickets to see the Illini in action at Geese Memorial Stadium this fall, with the U of I Golf Course in Savoy, ready to get new members and participants in the junior golf program. Plus, Legacy Solar with their spokesperson, Butch Patrick, or Eddie Munster, getting you some signed artwork with your energy estimate from Walter Pierce. Some premier teams will be playing along with our Illini, and we'll be checking out the sheet you submitted to see if you picked the top teams that could go all the way, and hoping you win the Fighting Illini football tickets so you and DeFrank can see all the home games this fall. Thanks for listening, and go Illini!
Would you like to play around? The University of Illinois Golf Course at 800 Hartwell Drive in Savoy is ready for you. Get your season pass and find out about their junior golf program. Check out the bi-weekly videos from the Orange and Blue course on the new YouTube channel. The U of I Golf Course is open to do golf outings for charities you're passionate about. Connect with Mike Wallner and visit uofigolf.com. Cheering on our Illini to go deep in their postseason as we prepare for our bracket challenge at Stevie J Broadcasting.
Donald Trump says great progress is being made with talking with Iran. The obvious question is, are we talking to the person that can do something, right? Because you still have the, quote, regime, what's left of it, saying, hey, we're going to make this a mess, we're going to win, all these other things that are not true. And then you have this side say, yeah, great progress. I don't know. Are we talking to the guys that can make that happen? And how? I don't know. But we're hopeful because there's no question they don't have what they had. I don't know what they have, but apparently still enough to disrupt the Straits of Hormuz, which is huge. 25% of the world's oil comes through that strait, and why that is, I don't know. I have to do more research on that one. But so much comes through that strait where you can disrupt with drones and other things. And they'll probably need escorts for a while from us and maybe other countries as well. But we have to ensure that that is a smooth deal because that's affecting prices everywhere. Market is up. Oil prices are down. That's a good sign. Isn't it funny, though? Anything happens, the price jumps by that afternoon. And if anything good happens, it takes a month to lower the prices, right?
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem to work both ways on that one, which is typical. 'Cause remember, the farming inputs went nuts, and they just didn't really come back. Once you get the money, new profits. Anyway, so we'll see. We're praying for good things there, but we know we have cut up and hurt a lot with the bad people that were running that country in Iran. 89, 95, in that range, million people live there. And 81% don't want this. They do not want the regime they had. And, killing 35,000 of your own people for protesting.
Unbelievable.
And hanging the giant, wonderful, incredible wrestler from Iran. I don't think he was physically a giant. But his big name, and they hung him in public.
And that's only because they had power and internet at the time that we even realized that. Wasn't that the reason why we didn't hear about these mass executions?
You're not.
They didn't have internet or power.
You're also not getting much from our own media. Anything that makes Trump look right just isn't going to be covered.
Right.
And so you're in the dark on, why are we there? You don't hear it. You might hear it on Fox News or Newsmax or some other conservative-leaning network, but the mainstream are not dwelling on anything positive Trump, and the whole Democratic plan is Trump evil. We have to stop him. It's just, you've got to seek the truth and what is real, because you're just not going to be exposed to it. Anything bad, you'll get plenty of that. But anything like 3 million people voted in Wisconsin and 200,000 shouldn't have been counted, they did a recount. Have you heard that? No, you haven't heard that.
Well, there was a comment on the text line at 359-2255 about why doesn't the FBI, why isn't there more investigations to some of these things you're saying about voter fraud?
There are 300,000 questionable votes that happened in Fulton County. That's Atlanta, Georgia. That's a swing state. Mm-hmm. So here's what the guy said about Wisconsin.
3 million people properly voted in the state of Wisconsin. More than 200,000 identified during this recount did not. But those votes got counted. And our statute says they should not have been.
Okay, so that's a lot of votes. A lot of them in Milwaukee. And so what do you do? If you're entrenched and you have 65 people, all Democrats running that, how are you going to stop it? Very difficult. So there are a lot of shaky feelings about the vote and the integrity of the vote. And if we don't stop it, nothing really else matters. Because if you can't believe in what happened, the Democrats will say the same thing. They stole it. Both sides will say it. Right. Find the truth. And if in Wisconsin from 2020, 200,000 votes, that's a thing. That's a lot. I went to bed at 1 a.m., woke up at 4 a.m., and they lost 500,000 votes in Ann Arbor and Milwaukee while I slept for 2 hours. All right, be right back. One more segment.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. Homeland Security shutdown. The human impact goes beyond security. Hearings on Capitol Hill as the new DHS director tries to wrangle Democrats like Senator Chuck Schumer demanding ICE reform to approve funding.
We have to rein in ICE and stop the violence. We need reform.
But ICE is already funded, and it's TSA, Coast Guard, Secret Service, and FEMA paying in pain. The TSA director will testify. Unpaid workers missing payments, facing fines and eviction. Some agents sleeping in their cars to save gas money as some security lines exceed 4 hours. President Trump says Iran sent a present that shows he's talking to the right people, sending a 15-point peace plan to end the war via Pakistan. A New Mexico jury finds Meta misled users about the safety of Facebook and Insta and failed a state law to protect children from predators, fining Meta $375 million. America's listening to Fox.
Here's the deal. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow is ready to help you combine home and auto and save right here in Champaign-Urbana. Call 352-1411 today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Average annual per household savings based on a 2019 national survey by State Farm of new policyholders who reported savings by switching to State Farm.
Would you like to play around? The University of Illinois Golf Course at 800 Hartwell Drive in Savoy is ready for you. Get your season pass and find out about their junior golf program. Check out the bi-weekly videos from the Orange and Blue course on the new YouTube channel. The U of I Golf Course is open to do golf outings for charities you're passionate about. Connect with Mike Wallner and visit uofigolf.com. Cheering on our Illini to go deep in their postseason as we prepare for our bracket challenge at Stevie J Broadcasting.
What is most important to you in your life? This is Eric Bolin with Provident Financial Group. Whether you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that help clients like you realize their goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Provident Financial Group is not a registered broker-dealer and is independent of Raymond James Financial Services. Investment advisory services offered through Raymond James Financial Service Advisors, Inc.
Are you tired of shivering in the winter? Look no further than your local heroes at ABC Heating and Air Conditioning. Hi, this is Gina inviting you to give us a call at 217-352-5400 to book your appointment to make sure your furnaces run safely and efficiently this winter. We've been proudly locally owned and operated and have been serving our community for over 50 years. ABC, always be comfortable. Call me 217-352-5400 to book your appointment today or go to abcheatingandac.com.
At Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people with amazing service, great design advice, and unbeatable selection and the best prices in town. It's the perfect time to update your home with waterproof flooring, carpet, hardwood, tile, and more. Then complete your rooms by shopping our incredible selection of furniture and accessories. We also offer great financing options. Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people.
When you make the right decision, it feels good, like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision, too. That's why State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow is right here in Champaign-Urbana to help you select the right protection at the right price. Kurt will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. Just call him when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Looking for a great place to relax, grab a bite, and have some fun? Head to the Ambross Sports Bar and Grill in Villa Grove. This well-furnished hometown tavern has something for everyone. Enjoy great food, a full bar, and a welcoming, family-friendly atmosphere. Step outside to the outdoor patio, challenge your friends on the golf simulator, or check out the full game room. Whether you're stopping in with the kids for dinner or meeting friends for a drink and some gaming machines, Ambross Sports Bar and Grill is the place to be. Ambross Sports Bar and Grill in Villa Grove. Good food, good fun, and good times waiting for you.
Here's a look at local news. Crews working to complete 4 soil borings this week for the Illinois Department of Transportation. In Champaign, BFW Engineering and Consulting have one lane of Kirby Avenue closed to traffic between Cobble Field Drive and Maynard Drive. Work is planned from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. through Friday this week. Champaign County Sheriff's Office warning families about a new scam targeting people with loved ones in custody. They say callers impersonating Illinois Office of Statewide Pretrial Services, claiming that payment is required for GPS monitoring or supervision before someone can be released. It's a scam. Snyder Hall's basement flooded Sunday, causing severe damage to various building systems. Residents must relocate for the rest of the semester. Flood affected electricity, water heaters, elevators, card access, and data infrastructure. Now, the university wrote that it states all residents' rooms and belongings were unaffected. The residence houses 450 students. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana and vicinity. Nice days worth of early spring weather. Partly sunny skies. Winds will shift around into the southwest. Afternoon temperatures take off nicely later this morning and this afternoon up to 72. Then this evening, though, could be a stray shower thunderstorm before midnight. Better odds after midnight. Not so chilly as recent nights. Low down to 58 with a mostly cloudy sky. Tomorrow, windy, much warmer. Summer-like levels. Record and near record-setting highs across the area of about 86 degrees. Partly sunny skies. And could be a shower thunderstorm in spots for the morning. More generalized the afternoon and in through tomorrow night, and maybe some heavy weather in spots with a low tomorrow night crashing down to 36 and a stiff north wind wind for the day. On Friday, windy, much cooler, partly sunny. Highs to about 47 degrees. We'll be down in the mid to upper 20s Saturday morning, 52 in the afternoon with lighter wind and sunshine, up to 62 on Sunday, 73 on Monday. Here comes some summer-like weather with low to mid 80s into Tuesday and Wednesday next week, and a couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms as well. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgate.
Yeah, your governor of the state is blaming Trump for the woman that died on the lake, down by the lake.
National failures, he says.
Yeah, wow.
On immigration.
Yeah.
But a national failure for making Chicago a sanctuary city where everybody could go and hang out. I saw it for myself. I was visiting a friend, and there was tents everywhere around this church.
Unbelievable.
I'm like, what's happening? Are they having a scouting event here where there's lots of tents?
Yeah, right. Scouting event. And, of course, Mayor Johnson is like, oh, my gosh. Lori Lightfoot was better.
What do we do? I mean, what if it continues?
Well, then they get what they vote for. That's what happens.
Oh, boy.
And there's a whole bunch of people that have red T-shirts. They turn Chicago red. Doubt if that happens. All right, 8:38. Jeremy Warner and Michael LaTulip. Michael LaTulip is terrific at, and so is Jeremy, but Michael LaTulip, great guest.
Yeah.
A lot of insight. How do we beat Houston? This is good.
But Illinois will win and beat Houston if what?
I think if you can honestly say they were the tougher team.
Which is hard against Houston.
Which is really freaking hard. But I do think that there's a few things that you have to do. I mean, for Houston this year, I mean, I believe out of the 6 losses they have, 4 of those teams shot over 38% from 3. Like you're going to have to make shots. You're going to have to take care of the ball. And you're going to have to find a way to, I think the number for me would probably be 12 or 13 offensive rebounds plus. Like I think that's where you got to be. And then you got to keep all the stuff that Houston doesn't necessarily excel in. You can't have them excelling at this game.
Yeah.
On top of all the other things you do. Like I said, you can't, for a team that doesn't get to the rim often, that finishes well around the rim, but it can't just be a parade to the rim with layups or runouts. Ball security has to be. If you've noticed, there's a lot that needs to happen, but it's doable with this group. It's absolutely doable. I picked it. Like I obviously I came on this podcast. I told you I think this team can go to a Final Four. I wasn't lying about it because I thought this is what that in Greenville is what I thought this team could be.
So why do you think Illinois can beat Houston?
I just think the matchup is. If you were to script a matchup that could beat Houston, it's this one, provided that Illinois has some bite to them because they do space the floor. They are good on the offensive glass. They do want to force tougher twos, and that's what Houston shoots. So all of that recipe sets up nicely for Illinois. But again, like we watched Iowa yesterday. You can throw all the other stuff out the window. Iowa was just flat out the tougher team. High Point, Wisconsin. High Point was a tougher team. It's just that's the theme in this tournament. That's the theme, and that's your biggest challenge for all these guys. It's their biggest challenge to date as a group is going to be the Houston Cougars.
Well, Houston will bring it, but so will Illinois. The pressure was the first weekend. That's where you had to win. Otherwise, it was a disappointing season, believe it or not. Now it's like Rod Brad say, let it rip. You're underdogs. You play like this is a huge stage. The Balkans have never seen this. They've never played in front of this. In Europe, there's like smattering crowd. It's not very many. They're getting paid to play. It's another game.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't seen this. So how they react will be interesting. They're going to play hard. We had a lot of bite, I thought, against VCU. So you're going to have to bring it, or you're going to know real early this isn't going to go well. I think they will. I think we have the biggest team. We have to hit the rebounds. Kylan Boswell has to hit the rebounds. Keaton Wagler, all of them need to go to the rim.
That's right.
And then you got to watch, ball security is a biggie because they're very good. And I thought VCU poked it away from us way too many times, and we can't have a bunch of turnovers, and we do have to make the open three.
Yeah.
We got to make them. So, showtime.
Let's go.
But I think the good news is we have that. We have that capability. And there, again, if you're an underdog, you're playing Houston, you've got some excuses. Not that they believe in them. But you're certainly going to say, well, it was, and everybody will say, oh, Houston was picked, right? Everybody thought Houston was going to win. Everybody outside the Illini family think Houston's going to win. Mm-hmm. That's fine. That's good. I like the position because we wouldn't take the lead on them. We wouldn't possibly get the lead during the game, would we? I'm telling you, it's a whole different deal. And if we make a run or they make a run, it's not over. You just hope we play well because you've got to at this point. And, every game now is probably a coin flip, no matter who we're playing.
That's right.
Because if you make it to this, you're good and you've had a heck of a season.
Absolutely.
I think some of the other matchups are interesting. I really do. I think the Michigan State UConn, I understand you need to wear a cup this year when you play Michigan State because Jeremy Fears has a habit of kind of hitting his leg backwards on you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like his play at all. Too many incidences this year. But I'm still rooting for Michigan State to beat UConn.
Yeah.
UConn pounded us as they went on.
We got to stay in the league, right?
What's that?
I mean, we got to stay and support our league.
For the most part, it's hard for me to cheer for the Wolverines.
Exactly.
I can't say them. Nobody can really root for Michigan at this. I'm just pulling for Hubert Davis was fired at North Carolina. I think they should get Dusty May. Wow, what a hire that would be.
There you go.
That'd make them look so good.
Out of the conference.
Oh.
Bye.
I'd be thrilled if they hired Juwan Howard back. Yeah. Go get Juwan. He's an alum. He played on the Fab Five. Get him back. Dusty May is a really, really good coach, and that's a shame at Michigan. So we really kind of need him to take the North Carolina job.
That's right.
Dean Smith, Michael Jordan.
Hey, speaking of good basketball, Illinois State Redbirds taking on the Dayton Flyers in the NIT. This is the semifinals, but
the Redbirds.
I wanted to point out the Redbirds at 6 o'clock tonight.
I think that's great. Go Redbirds at ISU.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 8:44.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands from Lands Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Right now at Lands, it's a great time to buy a new Trane heating and cooling system. We are offering special financing or up to $1,500 off any qualifying Trane system. At Lands, we know what it takes to deliver exceptional comfort, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So if you are thinking of a new comfort system, now is the time to buy. And remember, it's hard to stop a Trane. I'm Troy Lands, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
Looking for bold, authentic Mexican flavor right here in Champaign? Head to Moe's Burritos Bar and Grill, 723 South Neal Street, next to Bacon and Bim Buskirk. You'll find fresh, flavorful tacos, loaded burritos, and cheesy quesadillas. Best of all, the prices are perfect for college students and families. Moe's Burritos Bar and Grill, a hidden gem for authentic Mexican food in Champaign, 723 South Neal Street, next to Bacon and Bim Buskirk. Or check out the food truck with Moe's Burritos. Check out Moe's Burritos Restaurant on Facebook.
This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. Unfortunately, there is not a one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is that we can help improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Provident Financial Group is not a registered broker-dealer and is independent of Raymond James Financial Services. Investment advisory services offered through Raymond James Financial Service Advisors, Inc.
Okay, I'm going to play just a piece of this one. This is, again, Illinois getting a lot of mentions nationally. This is off X.
We're talking about the Ken Palm rankings for U of H and Illinois, how close of a game this is. And I saw Barstool Illinois even saying as much of talking about the two closely matched teams. This is a Final Four-like matchup between these two.
I mean, I will go so far to say that the winner of this game, I feel confident, is going to be playing in the national championship. I will go to that level. Now, I may be crazy for going to that standpoint because of you still have St. John's potentially on the roster. You still would have to get past Duke if they were there. UConn is still a threat. But I just look at these two teams. I say to myself, number one, they both know what their strengths are. For Illinois, it's all about offensive consistency. They got bigs down low that are able to score. They have one of the more slept-on guards, one of the best freshmen in America that we aren't talking enough about from the highlight level, Keaton Wagner. They really have good play with Mirovic. Then you also got Stavakovic's kid is playing in the backcourt. So Stojakovic's kid, Page's kid. But they've done a really good job of building an identity and spreading out teams and having a high-tempo offense. They're top 10 in rebounding. They know how to win with bigness. They know how to outbox you. They know how to be able to play really strong inside the paint. But then you got Houston. And Houston, the thing that we could take away is that we knew how good they were defensively. They've been great all year. It's a staple of a Kelvin Sampson team. But if we're just going to go take off what we saw the last 2 times that Houston took the court. I mean, Dan, they're finding an offensive rhythm. It's not just the Kingston Fleming show. It's Milo Suzanne is making clean shots. JoJo Tugler is avoiding foul trouble. You're getting really good play from Emmanuel Sharp. Chris Sinak, Mercy Miller's getting involved.
Okay, so they're great. Whatever. Anyway, Houston's good, but think about this. If you were to upset Houston tomorrow night, you might be playing Iowa or Nebraska, then Michigan State, and then Michigan. It's possible. It could be an all Big Ten finish. Wow. I mean, I think Michigan State's going to beat UConn. I think Michigan State might be able to beat Duke or St. John's. It might be St. John's. And I think Michigan's the problem. But isn't that something you could stair-step by playing your last 3 against Big Ten teams? Talk about knowing each other. And at that point, it is a coin flip.
Yes.
You can't say, well, they'll beat them and they'll beat. No. Anybody at this level can beat anybody. Texas can beat Purdue. Texas is an 11, Purdue's a 2. Texas can beat Purdue. That's where we are.
This is XYZ Insurance. How can I help?
I have a question about my home policy.
Okay, question about phone policy.
Home policy.
Okay, gnome policy.
HOME, home.
Technology is great, but sometimes it's better to talk with a real person. With Erie Insurance, you have a caring, independent agent who's with you from beginning to end.
We don't have any HOMEs on record.
Your Erie agent in Champaign is Thomas & Ellers Insurance. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
Now is your time to fly direct to Phoenix Mesa from Bloomington. Allegiant has seasonal service from Sierra to Arizona, where hiking trails, ball games, and desert golf courses await. Leave the cold Illinois temps behind and explore Phoenix Mesa. Low fares, less stress. Close, convenient.
Sierra. When sewer or septic trouble hits, visit Berg Sewer and Septic. Family owned and proudly serving Central Illinois, Berg specializes in sewer repair, septic service, water line repairs, sump pumps, and drainage solutions. They don't upsell, they solve the problem right the first time. From backups to breakdowns, count on Central Illinois' most trusted septic service. Berg Sewer and Septic. Dependable, honest, local. Get a second opinion you can trust. Visit bergtanksinc.com.
Hey, we have a Stever. It's Jets Pizza. If you want to enjoy the delicious Jets Pizza.
Love it.
Handing out $50 bills. Go Stever, GOSTEVER, gostever.com. And if you're not a member, you can join and click, and you get an email after 8 tonight. If you're one of our winners, you have a few days to get her eaten.
Mm-hmm.
I think I put the end date next Tuesday, so
all right,
hustle up.
That's right.
It's Jets Pizza for free. GoStever.com and enjoy.
2 locations off Springfield and Mattis near Round Barn, and off Neal and Green near Campus Town. It's Jets Pizza. It's delicious.
Maybe I should drive for Pat and deliver Jets Pizza.
Thing is, if you smell it and you want some and you reach into that thermal bag and then you smoosh it together as your
You
word.
mean after I take a bite?
Yes.
I guess you'd notice that. Could I say it broke off in the car? Bring a knife and just cut a corner and say, I don't know what happened there.
All right,
and don't smoosh. Don't smoosh it.
So we do have you live at Busch Stadium. I think in the Jack Buck studio, and good luck with all that. I won't see you tomorrow morning. And then the Cubs Washington is a 1:20 first pitch over on US 105.9 with Matthew Boyd on the bump.
Let's go. Mm-hmm. Here's Greg, our ESPN 93.5 weather.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana and vicinity. Nice days worth of early spring weather. Partly sunny skies. Winds will shift around into the southwest. Afternoon temperatures take off nicely later this morning and this afternoon up to 72. Then this evening, though, could be a stray shower thunderstorm before midnight. Better odds after midnight. Not so chilly as recent nights. Low down to 58 with a mostly cloudy sky. Tomorrow, windy, much warmer, summer-like levels. Record and near record-setting highs across the area of about 86 degrees. Partly sunny skies. And could be a shower thunderstorm in spots for the morning. More generalized in the afternoon and in through tomorrow night, and maybe some heavy weather in spots with a low tomorrow night crashing down to 36 and a stiff north wind for the day. On Friday, windy, much cooler, partly sunny, highs to about 47 degrees. We'll be down to the mid to upper 20s Saturday morning, 52 in the afternoon with lighter wind and sunshine, up to 62 on Sunday, 73 on Monday. Here comes some summer-like weather with low to mid 80s into Tuesday and Wednesday next week, and a couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms as well. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
I think the U of I men's golf team won, huh?
They sure did.
Yeah.
Making their third team title in the 25-26 season. This was the Duck Invitational in Eugene, Oregon. Max Herendeen, also an overall winner when it comes to the individual medalists on our team. So way to go, Mike Small, once again.
I'm not sure what sport is doing poorly at the University of Illinois with Josh Whitman. I think everything's pretty good. Track and field's like national champion level.
I know it.
Soccer's,
and they've got some stuff coming up.
Soccer's good. Wrestling is good.
Did great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And women's basketball, come on.
Yep.
Shauna Green's got us going on this path of look out. We might host one of these NCAA games eventually.
Like the third 21-plus season. I need to make an inquiry to Shauna Green, see if she'd come on the show. I know she likes getting pumped up by you, Stevie J.
I think she's big time. I've told Josh Whitman, I didn't tell him I've said this here, sign her till 2052.
That's right.
And he only didn't listen. He only signed her to 2032. What's the problem?
When I introduced her as the Women of Distinction with the Girl Scouts, I mentioned all that, and they both got a good chuckle before she came up on the stage.
She would probably be able to fill it out till 2052.
I agree.
Anyway, she's terrific. And, of course, Brad and Brett, man.
Mm-hmm.
We got it going on. A lot of fun.
That's
all right. So I will be at Busch Stadium tomorrow. Look forward to bringing you the broadcast tomorrow morning live from St. Louis ahead of their opening first pitch at 3 in the afternoon. We will go on the air, by the way, here on ESPN 93.5 as your premier Cardinal affiliate. 1:35 for all the Clydesdales and the excitement and all the things that'll be going on. We'll carry that at 1:35 tomorrow afternoon.
Awesome.
All right, Diane.
Enjoy the day.
Thank you. Talk to you tomorrow. I am Stevie J. That's Diane Ducey. Thank you for listening, and have yourself a great Wednesday. We'll talk to you tomorrow from St. Louis.
Looking for a great place to relax, grab a bite, and have some fun? Head to the Ambrose Sports Bar and Grill in Villa Grove. This well-furnished hometown tavern has something for everyone. Enjoy great food, a full bar, and a welcoming family-friendly atmosphere. Step outside to the outdoor patio, challenge your friends on the golf simulator, or check out the full game room. Whether you're stopping in with the kids for dinner or meeting friends for a drink and some gaming machines, Ambrose Sports Bar and Grill is the place to be. Ambrose Sports Bar and Grill in Villa Grove. Good food, good fun, and good times waiting for you.
Why use Lands Underground Solutions? We have the team, the technology, the tools, and the most experienced team in the industry.
Hi, it's Wes from Lands Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Our mission at Lands is to provide top-tier service, prioritize our customers with upfront pricing, and maintain exceptional communication. We assure you at Lands we will only recommend what you truly need, from regular maintenance on your home's mechanical systems with the Lands Comfort family to replacement of existing equipment. Now would be a great time to consider updating your HVAC system. Visit us at landsinc.com.
It's March, and that means it's the perfect time to start betting with Circa Sports. Whether you're betting throughout the mayhem of college basketball or sticking to pro basketball and hockey, Circa Sports is sports betting the way it should be. High betting limits, exceptional customer service, and best of all, no bet fees. From betting futures to props on your favorite players, Circa Sports has everything you need. Plus a new enhanced in-game system, so you can place bets you want whenever you want. Download the Circa Sports app or visit circasports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise, but Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change your car, driver, or address.
Your Erie agent in Champaign is Thomas & Ellers Insurance.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
When the storm rolls in, where will you go? Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your family with a custom storm shelter from Berg Septic and Storm Shelter Services. At Berg Tanks, their shelters are fiberglass and plate steel safe rooms that can be installed in your garage or exterior, in ground, or on a concrete pad. Built to withstand the toughest storms, giving you a safe, secure place when you need it most. Whether you need a compact unit for a small space or a larger shelter for the whole family, they've got you covered. Their expert team handles everything from excavation to installation so you can have peace of mind before the next storm strikes. Berg Septic also specializes in septic pumping, new system installation, grease trap cleanings, repairs, and maintenance plans to keep your home running smoothly. Call Berg Septic and Storm Shelter Services today at 217-367-8632 or visit them online at bergtanksinc.com. That's bergtanksinc.com.
Hi, this is Butch Patrick, TV's Eddie Munster. Did you know that we were the first green family on TV, even though you saw us in black and white? And did you know that Grandpa Munster was making electricity in the dungeon? Well, now you can make your own electricity with Legacy Solar. And even if you don't have a coffin phone, make sure you pick up your phone and call Walter Pierce at Legacy Solar to get a free green evaluation for solar energy. And I'll send along a piece of Munster's autographed artwork as my gift to you for going green. Just call 217-722-4822 and ask for Walter Pierce.
At NCAA Championships, noise is made here. Memories are made here. Champions win here. The only thing missing here is you. The National Collegiate Men's Gymnastics Championships, coming to Champaign, Illinois this April. Get your seats at ncaa.com/tickets.
Sarah Champagne Managing Partner Ben Quattrone on why integrity is important at Sarah.
We hire the person. The person makes the deal. The person makes the department. The person makes everyone around them treat people with courtesy and respect. If you have a quality human being, you can play any position, right? We're talking about sports. They can perform in any department, and I could teach someone a job, but I can't teach them to be a good person.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA Champagne.com.
Actually, I called the provider. It was just going to be a while before I could have service, and I couldn't wait, so I was recommended to Classic. Professionalism, their dependability, credibility, and the service technicians, I wouldn't ever call anybody else.
I truly believe that after people have experienced other companies and then given us a try, they can clearly see the difference.
Visit ClassicPlum.com.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.